This is a story called The Little Monsters, Chapter 132, The Halloween Party at the Haunted House and the Ouija Board. It's just 2 weeks until Halloween night, and the kids really want to have a party. Their parents have told them that they can have one, but only if there's adults present. They don't want that. They want an adults-free party. They can't have the party at the old haunted house because Stumpy's grandparents live there. Then one day they were all out riding their bikes when Creeper spots an old empty house, and she says to the others, "Hey guys, look what I found, an old empty house. Come on, let's see if it's unlocked and go in and have a look around." Everyone went over to the house and found it unlocked. When they went inside, it was completely empty and it was filthy, with cobwebs everywhere. It was also quite spooky with creaking floorboards, and there was something about it. The more the kids walked around, the more creepy it became. Hey guys, I don't know about you guys, but I get the feeling that someone's here besides us, and they're watching us, said Kicker. I get that feeling too. Come on, let's go, I'm hungry, said Stumpy. They all looked at each other, then at Stumpy, and together they said, "You're always hungry, Stumpy." Then Grumpy said, "Stumpy, you look quite pale to me. Are you sure that you're not scared as well as hungry?" "I'm not scared, just hungry," answered Stumpy. Everyone laughed and carried on looking around the house. It was huge and there was rooms and wide corridors everywhere. It looks like it used to be some kind of care home. They all went upstairs and looked in all the bedrooms. There was about 12 bedrooms and they were all huge. One of them had a few really old baby's cots and toys in. The kids thought all the rooms were quite creepy. Then Bumpy saw an X on the wall and she put her hand on it. As she did so, the wall suddenly opened and she said to the others, "Hey guys, look, I put my hand on the wall and it rotated." "Go in and see what's there, Bumpy," said Grumpy. Bumpy went in and the others followed her. There was loads of really old toys, beds and baby cots in there. Stumpy said, "This place is spooky. I'd love to know what happened here. You know, my granddad was born and raised here. I bet he knows what happened. Come on, let's go and see him. Let's go and see him now. I know he's in because he wasn't going anywhere today." They all went to see Stumpy's grandad, and when they got there, Stumpy said to him, "Grandad, when we were out riding our bikes earlier today, we came across an old house. When we went in the place was really creepy. There were some really old toys, baby cots and beds in some of the rooms. There was loads in the secret room. Do you know what happened there?" "Yes, I do, Stumpy," answered Stumpy's grandad. "Well, please will you tell us about it, Grandad?" asked Stumpy. "Yes, of course I will. When I was a little boy, that house was an orphanage for babies and young children. However, some of the staff there weren't very nice people, as they would hit the orphans hard, even the babies sometimes. One day a lady came to work at the orphanage, and when she saw what was going on, she was appalled and she went to the authorities. So the orphanage sacked her. When social services went to the home, they only saw the babies and kids that looked like they were well cared for. All the others that were malnourished, sick, and had bruises on them were put into the secret room. The babies and toddlers had been taken from their mothers by force, and put up for adoption illegally. One day, one of the nice nurses noticed that a lot of babies and children were sick. When she told the other nurses, they just left them to suffer, and most of them died an horrific death. Then one of the nurses got sick and she too died an horrific death because no one got help for her. Then several other staff members got sick and some of them died. They all died in that house, and when it came out it was all over the news and the newspapers. After that the home was shut down and nobody's lived there since. It's definitely haunted because when anyone went in, weird, spooky and scary things happened, and now it's known as the haunted house. If you're brave enough to go back, there should be books with all the names of all the babies, children and staff written in them. I used to play with some of the kids from there, and I actually saw what went on, said Stumpy's granddad. Wow, Grandad, that's some story. Come on, guys, let's go back and see if we can find the books, said Stumpy. Rather you than me, Stumpy. I wouldn't go back to the house if someone paid me, said Stumpy's Grandad. Who owns the house, Grandad? Asked Stumpy. The council owns it, Stumpy, but they've never put new tenants in there because no one will take it. They just left it as it is. Are you kids going back there, said Stumpy's Grandad. Yeah, we're going back there, Grandad, said Stumpy. Well, do you mind if I come along? Asked Stumpy's Grandad. No, we don't mind, Grandad, but I thought you said you wouldn't go back there if someone paid you, said Stumpy. I know what I said, Stumpy, but if you kids are brave enough to go back there, then so am I, said Stumpy's Grandad. Do you guys mind if I come along? I'd really like to see this place. Besides, I think I know the place you're talking about, said Stumpy's Grandma. No, Grandma, of course we don't mind. What makes you think you know the place, asked Stumpy. Well, I was born in an orphanage not far from here, and I lived there until I was 8 years old, and then I was adopted by your great-grandparents. It wasn't a nice place to live, and I'm so grateful to have been adopted when I was, said Stumpy's Grandma. They all went to the house, and as soon as Stumpy's Grandma saw it, she became emotional, and Kicker said, Are you okay, Grandma? Yes, I'm okay, thank you, Kicker, answered Stumpy's Grandma. Grandma, is this the orphanage where you were born and where you lived until you were adopted? Asked Grumpy. Yes, it is, Grumpy. Let's go inside, I'd like to see what it's like, said Stumpy's Grandma. They all went inside, and as they went from room to room, Stumpy's Grandma became quite emotional, and she said, This is definitely the orphanage that I was born in. My real parents worked here, and when my mum went into labour with me and my twin sister, there wasn't enough time to get her to hospital, as we were born really quick. We didn't live here at first. My parents had no one to look after us when they were working, as both their parents also worked full time, so we moved in here. What happened to your real parents, Grandma? Asked Bumpy. My dad was killed in the Second World War, and my mum got typhus and died. At that time, my youngest sister was only a few weeks old. When we were adopted, all of us, my two brothers including, were adopted by the same parents, answered Stumpy's Grandma. Then they went to another part of the house that the kids hadn't seen, and Stumpy's Grandma said, This is the living quarters where we lived with our parents until they died. Then they went into a bedroom, and Stumpy's Grandma said, This is the room me and my sisters shared. We slept in the same bed because my parents couldn't afford to buy us a bed each. Those toys over there were ours. We each had a birthday doll, but the staff took them off us when our parents died and we moved into the orphanage. Then they went into another room and Stumpy said, "Grandma, who slept in this room? My two brothers slept in here in that bed, and those toys were theirs. By the way, everyone, I own this house, not the council. I just found it too painful to come back here and do anything with it," said Stumpy's grandma. "Grandma, please can we have our Halloween party here? We'll clean the place up ourselves and decorate the place to make it look spooky," said Stumpy. "Yes, of course, but you guys have to promise me and your granddad that there'll be no alcohol," answered Stumpy's grandma. "Well, there won't be any alcohol, Grandma, because we promised Mary Ann, the Quads and the other little kids that if we had an Halloween party they could come," said Stumpy. "Well, okay, but remember a promise is a promise," said Stumpy's grandma. "Yeah, I know, Grandma, and I won't break my promise," said Stumpy. "Okay, Stumpy, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't," said Stumpy's grandma. Over the next week or so, the kids got to work, getting the house cleaned up and making it look spooky for their party. As soon as they'd finished, they went round telling certain kids about the party. They only invited about 10 people because Stumpy's grandma had asked them not to invite more than that. A couple of days before the party, the kids went to the joke shop to see if Mr. Joker had any new Halloween stocking. When they got there, he had the Ouija board, and the kids asked him what it did. "Mr. Joker, how do you play this game?" asked Grumpy. "Well, if you put a glass upside down in the middle of the board and put your finger on it, and then ask it about someone who's died, the glass will move from letter to letter on its own, but you must keep your fingers on it," answered Mr. Joker. "Mr. Joker, can we please buy one of these?" asked Creeper. "Yes, of course you can, Creeper," answered Mr. Joker. The kids bought the Ouija board and took it back to what they called the haunted house. On the night of the party, the kids got the other kids to put their fingers on the glass. The first one was Paul Pease. Paul asked the board a question. "About someone you know who's died," said Creeper. "Grandad Jack, are you there?" asked Paul Pease. The glass moved on its own, first to the letter Y, then to the letter E, and then to the letter S. Then the glass moved again, spelling out the word spy. Then someone said in a spooky voice, "Paul Pease, why are you always spying on the girls when they're getting changed in the changing rooms?" "What? I don't," answered Paul Pease. "Paul Pease, you're a liar and you must tell the truth," said the spooky voice. "I am telling the truth," said Paul Pease. Then an image came up on the wall of a boy spying on the girls in the school's changing room. "That's not me," said Paul Pease. Then a voice said, "Paul Pease, this is your granddad Jack. Tell the truth or you'll be sorry." "I am telling the truth," said Paul Pease. Then an image of a man in a black cloak, looking exactly like Paul Pease's granddad Jack, came up on the wall and said, "I'm coming for you, Paul." Okay, I did it. Everyone laughed, and then it was Timothy's turn. "Timothy, do you know anyone who's died?" asked Grumpy. "Yeah, my great-great-granddad Ronald. He was an evil murderer and he went to jail for life. And he died there, answered Timothy. Grandad Ronald, are you there? Are you there, Grandad Ronald? Asked Grumpy. The glass moved, spelling out the word yes. Then it suddenly lifted up off the board and went back down and spelled out the word evil. Then something grabbed Timothy, lifted him up off the floor and said, Timothy, I'm coming for you, and when I find you, I will get you. Why, what did I do? Asked Timothy. You're a bully, an evil bully, and you will be punished, said Timothy's Grandad Ronald. I don't bully people anymore, said Timothy. Then a picture of someone holding a knife covered in and dripping with blood came up on the wall, making everyone scream, especially Timothy. Then the voice said, Timothy, I'm here and I've come for you. Timothy screamed, and then it was Joanne Strawberry's turn. Joanne, who do you know that's died? Asked Kicker. My great-great-grandma Jean died when my mum was 18 years old, answered Joanne Strawberry. Everyone put their finger on the glass, and Kicker said, Joanne's Grandma Jean, are you there? The glass moved across the board, spelling out the word yeah. Then a voice said, Joanne Strawberry, you've been really horrible to your younger siblings lately. You keep saying and doing mean things to them. No, I haven't, answered Joanne Strawberry. Yes, you have, and you've been horrible to your parents too, said Joanne's great-great-grandma Jean. That's not true, said Joanne. It is true, and if you do it again, and if you don't apologise, I will come for you, and I will get you, said Joanne's great-great-grandma Jean. It's not true. I'm not scared of you, said Joanne. In that case, I'm coming to find you, and when I do, I'm going to get you, said Joanne's great-great-grandma Jean. No, please don't. I promise that I'll apologise to my family, and I won't do or say anything mean to them again, said the terrified Joanne. You better keep your promise, or I will come after you and get you, said Joanne's great-great-grandma Jean. Then it was the little monster's turn. However, they knew it was Stumpy's grandparents doing and saying all the spooky stuff, but they didn't let on. The first to go was Stumpy. Stumpy, who do you know that's died? Asked Bumpy. My great-grandma Annie on my mum's side died last year, answered Stumpy. They all put their finger on the glass and Bumpy said, Stumpy's great-grandma Annie, are you there? The glass moved across the board, spelling out the word yeah. Then Stumpy's great-grandma Annie said, Stumpy, why have you been eating all the food and snacks in your house? I haven't, answered Stumpy, trying not to laugh. Yes, you have, and you've been going round your friends' houses and school eating everything in sight, said Stumpy's great-grandma Annie. It's not true, I swear it's not, said Stumpy. Stumpy, you must own up to what you've done. If you don't, you will starve and stay in school for the rest of your life, said Stumpy's great-grandma Annie. All right, I confess I did it, said Stumpy, still trying his best not to laugh. Then he said to Stampy, Stampy, who do you know that's died? Yeah, my great-great-granddad John died aged almost 100 years old. He was a very sweet old man who never harmed or threatened to harm anyone, answered Stampy. They all put their finger on the glass again and Stumpy said, Stampy's great-great-granddad John, are you there? The glass moved and spelled out the word yes again. Then a spooky voice said, Stampy, why do you still stamp your feet when you can't have your own way? I don't, answered Stampy. This is your great-great-granddad John speaking, and I know you're telling me fibs because you do still stamp your feet when you can't have your own way. I know you do because I've seen you. I don't, Grandad John. Honest I don't, said Stampy. Stampy, you must tell the truth now, or you will face 200 years of school, said Stampy's great-great-granddad John. Okay, I confess. I do stamp my feet when I can't have my own way, said Stampy. Then Stampy said, Bumpy, who do you know that's died? My great-great-grandma Molly died when I was 11. She was almost 99 years old, and she was really sweet and funny, answered Bumpy. They all put their fingers on the glass again, and Stampy said, Bumpy's great-great-grandma Molly, are you there? The glass went across the board and spelled out the word yeah. Then a spooky voice said, Bumpy, why are you so clumsy? I'm not clumsy, Grandma Molly, answered Bumpy. Yes, you are, young lady. You're always bumping into things and people, said Bumpy's great-great-grandma Molly. I don't do that at all, Grandma Molly, answered Bumpy. Yes, you do. Admit it, or you will go to jail and live on bread and water and do chores for 300 years, said Bumpy's great-great-grandma Molly. All right, I admit it, Grandma Molly, said Bumpy. Then she said, Creeper, who do you know who's just died? My Auntie Lily died of cancer when I was 7 years old. She was lovely. Every time we saw her, she gave us money and presents. Then they all put their fingers on the glass again, and Bumpy said, Creeper's Auntie Lily, are you there? The glass moved and spelled out the word yeah. Then a spooky voice said, Creeper, why are you always creeping up on people and creeping around at night when you should be in bed? I don't do that, Auntie Lily, answered Creeper. Yes, you do, so own up, said Creeper's Auntie Lily. Auntie Lily, I don't do that, honest I don't, said Creeper. Creeper, you must confess to your sins, or you face 10,000 years of chores and school, said Creeper's Auntie Lily. Oh, okay, I confess, said Creeper. Then Creeper said, Kicker, do you know anyone who's died? Yeah, my great-grandma Nellie died last year. She was lovely and she also had tins of sweets. She always had tins of sweets at the side of her chair, and she used to share them with us. She always gave us money and bought us presents too, answered Kicker. Everyone put their finger on the glass and then Creeper said, Kicker's Grandma Nellie, are you there? The glass moved and spelled out the word yeah. Then a spooky voice said, Kicker, why have you been going round and kicking everything and everyone in sight when you get angry and upset? I haven't, Grandma Nellie, answered Kicker. Kicker, tell the truth that you've been going round kicking everything and everyone when you get angry and upset, said Kicker's Grandma Nellie. It's not true though, Grandma Nellie. Honest it's not, said Kicker. Admit it, Kicker. It's true. And you know it is. If you don't admit it, you will do 15,000 years of school, said Kicker's Grandma Nellie. All right, I admit it, said Kicker. Then she said, Grumpy, do you know anyone who's died? Yeah, my great-great-granddad Arthur, answered Grumpy. Everyone put their finger on the glass, and Kicker said, Grumpy's great-great-granddad Arthur, are you there? The glass moved across the board and spelled out the word yeah. Then a spooky voice said, Grumpy, why are you grumpy all the time? I'm not grumpy all the time, Grandad Arthur. Yes, you are. You're never happy, said Grumpy's Grandad Arthur. That's not true, Grandad Arthur, said Grumpy. It is true, and if you don't admit it, you'll have to stay inside doing chores and extra schoolwork for the next 150 years, said Grumpy's great-granddad Arthur. Okay, I admit it, Grandad Arthur, said Grumpy. Then he said, Michael Banana, do you know anyone who's died? Yeah, my Uncle George, answered Michael Banana. They all put their fingers on the glass again, and Grumpy said, Michael Banana's Uncle George, are you there? The glass moved across the board and spelled out the word yeah. Then a spooky voice said, Michael Banana, why have you been seeing other girls behind your girlfriend's back? I haven't, I would never do that, Uncle George, answered Michael Banana. Yes, you have, so tell the truth, said Michael Banana's Uncle George. I'm not owning up to something I haven't done, Uncle George, said Michael Banana. I will tell the truth, for I will make sure that no girl ever likes you or wants to be your girlfriend ever again, and you will do 1,000,000 years of school, said Michael Banana's Uncle George. Okay, fine, I admit it, said Michael Banana. Then the lights came on and Stumpy's grandparents came out of hiding, and everyone cracked out laughing. Then you and Strawberry asked Stumpy, Stumpy, where did you get the Ouija board from? It's not real, it's fake, and we got it from the joke shop. You put batteries inside it and train it to say what you want it to say, and we trained it to say just yeah. The glass moved when the board moved. You guys couldn't see it because we were leaning over it on purpose, answered Stumpy. Everyone laughed, and then the party was over with and everyone went home. End of chapter 132. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like it. Love yous. Take care. Bye.